Well, I finally did it, boys. I switched to Succession to try it out, and I was sort of underwhelmed by it at first, but it is by no means bad or weak by any stretch of the imagination. However, I noticed that the grind speeds for PvE between the two options were not that different. In fact, I'm technically slower with Succession due to my lack of knowledge on how to play Succession, and I really just don't know how it works, honestly. Just Succession Berserker is so simple that all the intricacies from Awakening just keep fucking me up. I keep trying to do like Devastation, I keep trying to do Slugfest, so I just like mess up my combos all the time. So it's just, you know, some stuff that gets hashed out with time. I've just been with Awakening so long that it's been such a very long time, and I have the movement and combos down to a science, and then with Succession, it's incredibly oversimplified to the point where it's actually hurting me due to my habits of Awakening. So it's just, like I said, time. I'll get over it. It was just a little jarring to see myself clear really slow after everyone telling me, you know, Succession is the wave, it's the best way to go, it's the best thing for Berserker. So just a little weird. Now, as I mentioned, Succession is very simple to use. Essentially, you open up with Frenzy Destroyer, then Headbutt into Fierce Claw or whatever the Prime version is. Then you go into Beastly Wind Slash, followed by either Devastation or Raging Thunder. Or you can do Devastation, then Raging Thunder, vice versa. Once you start spinning, it's pretty much a wrap for most of the mobs if your AP is high enough, of course. And weirdly enough, if you have stamina pots, you can pretty much just Frenzy Destroyer all the mobs and they will still die relatively quick. But the spin and Devastation do dummy thick amounts of damage, so I can see why this version is highly sought after. The movement is actually on another level than Awakening. It is so much more progressive. Plus the combos don't even really matter. You just proc all your skill add-ons and buffs and start spinning and winning. Awakening is for sure 100% more intricate with proccing skill add-ons and buffs, but also utilizing down attacks and back attacks to burn the mobs with more efficiency. An example would be at Star's End, I clear pretty fast, I want to say. I might be a little bit just, you know, kind of assuming so, but I think I clear decently fast. But it's due to my knockdowns, and with the crystal being there, I can get a lot of down attacks, and then I have, you know, Slugfest, Devastation, Ancient Wave Split Shot, etc. And with Succession, I just spin in Devastation and they just die. Granted, I haven't gone to Star's End on my Succession yet, so I don't know what that's like. However, with Ackman, it just, you know, proc everything and then just, you know, spin to win. I'll give it a few weeks before I go back to Awakening, and I may drop a guide at some point, but so far I don't hate it, and I can see why this is preferred over Awakening by a lot. It's good. In fact, it's really, really good. It's not because the damage is stupid or anything, by the way, because a lot of people think that the damage is so much higher than Awakening, and I'm strictly speaking about PvE. I have seen Succession Zerk for PvP, and I understand why the damage it makes a lot more sense, but for PvE, the marginal increase between damage from Succession and Awakening is not that big, at least in my situation. Granted, I don't know everything about Succession yet, so I will just, you know, grain of salt here. But to me, the reason that I see a lot of love for Succession is because of the movement. Not to mention the PvP is also dummy thick as well. It is way more viable than Awakening as of current patch. So just kind of closing this video out, don't feel bad about switching to Succession. It's a really, really good and easy entry point into Zerk. Also, not really, because you need a lot of skill points to kind of make it work, but you know, if you got the skill points and you've been playing Zerk for a while and you have at least 1600, because that's about what I have, you can get majority of the skills that make it work and you'll be fine. But that's going to be it for today's video. I'll give it a few more weeks before I, you know, swap off and see what happens. For all I know, maybe I'll stay with it. I don't know, but I really do like my big iron and I kind of miss it, but we'll see. That's it for today's video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.